Hey everyone, so I wanted to make a quick video of some of the issues I've been having with my car. It's a brand new build, but I was having some oil pressure issues, and long story short, it was basically all in the head. Had the bearings, their lower end measured for the bearings, the rods and the mains. That showed up nothing. Changed all the oil pressure sensors. There's two, I believe, that are near the oil filter. The actuators as well, change those as two. Nothing, all the same. So, anyways, after doing a little bit more research, talking to a few more of the shops, we kind of concluded that hey, maybe it's the camshaft bridge. Took it to a few Audi dealerships, or not dealerships, shops, hoping that they would be able to figure that out, but they weren't able to. But one of my other local shops that don't even deal with Audis were able to diagnose and then fix it. But as you can see on this camshaft holder, you can see some of the scarring and damage that happened. There's one side and here's the other side, so you can see kind of some of that scoring that's happening in there. Also on the outside. Um, There's on the inside, so you can kind of see that as well. So I assumed oil pressure was being lost there. Then if we look at the actual head cover, you can kind of see also some of these. This is all damaged. There's a little bit of scoring. You can't feel anything, but you can obviously see some of this scoring. Um, but it really wasn't these little imperfections that were really the problem. So this one actually has the scoring on there too, and then that I believe that's a that's an intake side actually for the engine. So there is some scoring on that edge, but on the edges of all of it, you can see how it's been cut into the actual head cam, um, the actual journals. So here's the what is that? The exhaust side, and these are not as bad. I don't actually see any problems on this side, so that's fine. But it's clearly on the intake side. It keeps getting worse and worse. This one's really bad, and that one's also fairly bad too. And then if we look at the cam gears, so here is I believe the exhaust side. Yeah, this is exhaust side. So again, this is not too bad. Could have been worse, I guess, considering, that there's no codes, there's nothing on the ECU side, because there's nothing to actually show this. I just had low oil pressure only when the car was warmed up, and over about 100 and maybe 60 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and then that's when the oil would thin out, and that's when I would lose pressure. So I'd go from cold, about 58, so within spec, down to when it was actually warm, it would actually go below spec at idle. So essentially here, again, you can see some of this scoring. This is actually, it's not too bad on these ones, but it's definitely on this last one. So I'm assuming it's the number, I think this is number 4 cylinder that was actually losing pressure the most. And then also these little journal things were basically digging into the side. So online, many people couldn't really answer this question, so I just really wanted to make this video because wasted a lot of money trying to figure out and diagnose, considering that I always thought it was the lower end, and I was thinking it was the worst, and I was going to have to rebuild this engine. But it ended up just being the camshafts and the intake side losing the pressure because of the damage on the camshaft, and realistically, more so, this was the culprit and where it was actually losing the actual pressure here. So, anyways, if you have any questions, leave me a message. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye.